Okay, hello all. Welcome to Ira Ruby. So today we are going to be looking into a thing called inheritance. We'll be looking on few topics like inheritance or overriding methods, super function, and then what to say, private, public, and protected methods in inheritance. So, we'll be looking at these few topics, and let me just explain it one by one. And extending the class, I think it'll take another video. So, that's the thing. So, from next video, I think we'll be looking at extending the class. But yeah, I'm not sure. Look, I'm not putting any hard and fast rules saying that okay, these topics should be covered in this video or something like that. So, I totally don't believe. What to say, estimation, and this should be done this way and all those things. So that's the thing. So yeah, now let's look into inheritance. Okay, so yeah, let me just make it bigger. Okay, so yeah, it's a big program. I think it's even occupying more than one screen, right? So yeah, not a good thing, but yeah, so actually programming should be simple to explain stuff. But yeah, okay, I have done this, so let me go with this. Okay, see when let me save it as inherit. Oh god. Okay, let me save this as inheritance.rb, right? And let's see how it works. So first, let me execute it. So that's the thing. So ruby inheritance.rb, and I just get like okay, perimeter of square is 20 and area of rectangle is 15. Okay, so that's the thing. So but you don't really get what's happening, okay, just by seeing the output. So over here you have just put like square dot new and r is equal to rectangle dot new. Okay, so that's the thing. And for rectangle you're just passing these two things like 3 and 5. I think the length and width, and I think yeah, for length and this is rectangle and you're just passing the length and width, okay, as 3 and 5. But for square you're just passing 5. Okay, so that's the thing, right? Okay, and the perimeter of square is 20. Okay, so there is this class square, but you don't find perimeter anywhere inside square. So how does it happen? Okay, so in geometry, if you see, okay, let me just make this bigger. Okay, let me put square and okay, let me look for images of it. Okay, so yeah, so this can be thought of a square, right? So this can be thought of a square, but of course the sides are okay. This is actually a good square example, right? So, but the sides are kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, the sides are also okay. Yeah, so like, look, this is side length of a square, and all sides are equal in length. Okay, so but let me just show you a rectangle. Okay, so rectangle. Okay, why am I getting images like this? Okay, yeah, right. Okay, so this is an image of a rectangle. Okay, so over here, okay, this you have one length and one width. Okay, but imagine like you just keep shrinking this broad rectangle and so on, so on. So at one stage it'll become a square. So a square is nothing but a special case of rectangle where the width and breadth. So this is the width. So okay, we can say okay the length and breadth. Okay, so we can say this is the length and this is the breadth or width or whatever it is. Both are equal. So square is nothing but a special case of rectangle. Okay, so that means the square can inherit properties of a rectangle, right? So just like you are inheriting properties from your father, mother, and all those people. So that's the thing. Perhaps even from bacteria from long, long ago, right? So we all form a part of a very huge chain, right? So similarly, like, but yeah, you inherit more from your father, mother, and all those things. Okay, so yeah, we can use this inheritance to reduce the coding needed for square. Okay, so what is happening is I have this rectangle class over here, right? And I have attribute accessor length and width. Of course, you can even set it with initialize, okay, not a problem, right? And I'm just calculating the area over here, that is length into width. And then I'm just calculating the perimeter, that is twice length plus width. Okay, so that's the thing, right? And okay, now there is this square which inherits from rectangle. So you can imagine like all these methods have come inside over here, right? Okay, so that's the thing, right? But the thing what I'm just doing is, okay, whenever I'm just initializing it, I'm just, even this length and width of a rectangle have been inherited. Okay, so whenever we are just initializing the length of a square, so if you see over here, a square, you just need to initialize the side length. Just one side length is enough. Okay, so that's the thing, right? So whenever I just initialize it, both the width and length get set. Okay, so both the length and width get set. And now when you call perimeter over here, so when you call perimeter over here, so twice into length and width. So now width and length are both same. So just twice of it gets returned out. So you get the right one. Okay, so that's how it happens. So it, you can just imagine like, okay, all these things have been written in square itself. And since we have written initialize over here, this overrides the initialize of this rectangle. Okay, so that's the thing, right? So that's the thing. So whatever methods you put over here in square, if it has the same name as in rectangle, it gets overwritten. Okay, so uh, that's how you should remember. Okay, so that's the thing, right? Okay, so and of course I've put like, okay, like I've put another thing called rectangle and I've computed rectangle area, and yeah, but that's not important for inheritance, but yeah, it's so that's the thing. Okay, right. Okay, next is overriding methods. Okay, yeah. So, so this is the overriding stuff. Don't worry about this user bin Ruby. I think I need to remove it, or I need to write a section about Shebang. So whenever the first versions of either Ruby came, I think I lost that copy somewhere. Okay, so we had a topic called Shebang, so where we can make Ruby programs execute very easily, like just by typing just like executing a shell command, we can execute a Ruby program. But yeah, but I just took it off because it fell outside favor or out of favor or something like that. So I just took it off, or I couldn't do it, or couldn't replicate it in my another system. I just took it off. But now I need to test it. So whether this thing holds still now, and now I just need to test it. Okay, so yeah, but just if you're just following my book, just ignore this line if you are learning Ruby, right? Okay, so let me write another program. Okay, right. So override methods. Okay, so okay, so okay, let me run this program and explain. Okay, overrides methods. Okay, so we have two instances over here. One belongs to class A, another one belongs to class B. Okay, so and I just put A dot belongs to, and I define it over here. Okay, I belong to class A. That's what it just put. It just prints. Okay, so I belong to class A is being printed over here, right? And then A dot another method I just put. Okay, so A dot another method. So just another method in class A. So just another method in class A, right? And then I just put like B dot belongs to. Okay, so this what happens is this, there is no belongs to in B over here, right? So this calls the method in A. Okay, over here. So now it should print I belong to class A. So that's what happens over here. And then if I just put like B dot another method, right? So okay, now this overrides this one, like the method in class A. So if it, if Ruby can find method inside B itself, then it just prints this one. Just another method in class B. Just another method in class B. So that's how it goes. Okay, this is how you override methods and all those things in inheritance, right? So that's it, right? So yeah, you can reuse code. So and all those stuff, and that's the thing. So, okay, another thing I just want to say is like, okay, like I just want to put Ruby repos and IRB, okay, simple prompt, right? Okay. And you can get class of almost any object like this one. Something dot class. It'll say string, and I think I've done it in previous videos. And I can just put like one dot class, and it'll be integer, and I can just put something float dot class, and I think it'll be float and all those stuff, right? Uh, okay. You should put something, some number over there. You can't start with point or something like that. Okay, so that's the thing, right? Okay, so now let us do addition in Ruby. Okay, so 1 plus 2 is what 3 and all those stuff, and that's the thing, right? And what to say, 478 plus 90 is something 568 and all those stuff. Okay, if you're a genius, you would have figured it out. Okay, so that's the thing. So now let's put something called override methods. So let us put another problem, right? Where we will see to what extreme overriding methods can go, right? So okay, right. Okay. So you just okay. So now we are going to print 3 plus 5 and print 7 plus 12, right? So let me exit. Okay, and Ruby, okay, override methods underscore. Okay, now if I just print 3 plus 5, it says 416, and if I print 7 plus 12, it still says 416. So what happens? Okay, so over here I have this class integer, and in fact, like this plus is also a method that belongs to a class. Okay, so this integer might be having a plus function defined. So, but I'm just overriding it over here. So, and no matter whatever number you just give 5 to a over here. So, no matter whatever number you just give, and to whatever number you add, it'll just return 416, right? So that's the thing I'm just doing. So this is a very dangerous stuff in Ruby actually, but Ruby allows it. Okay, so the philosophy of Ruby is like human. Okay, so sometimes you as a human you will what to say redefine age old beliefs, and you will form a new belief or something like that. So Ruby is what to say is based on very much on Eastern philosophy. So this should be considered okay, and it is a responsible of programmer to maintain this program. Okay, so but I subscribe to that belief. Okay, Ruby is like human. Almost anything and everything in a human changes. Okay, so or a human thought at least. Okay, so almost anything and everything changes. Okay, that's the law of nature also. So that's the base of Ruby. So yeah, whether you agree or not, okay, this can be done. Okay, so but if you see programs created by Westerners, they adhere to some principle. Okay, so like even in Ruby, like they say like okay, Ruby program is only very perfect when you adhere to a lot of design patterns and all those stuff. Okay, I don't subscribe by it, but yeah, in my work, if somebody says and they will only pay me if I do that, yeah, I do that. Okay, so that's the thing. But for me, it's okay. Look, there should be diversity, there should be thought and all those things, and that's the thing. So, yeah. So, okay. So, okay, 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 okay. So now let's look at a thing called super function, right? So, right. Okay. Right. So, class super dot rp. And I don't know, like I encourage you to choose your own philosophy, right? Like if you're even a Westerner or a person from the East, like you can stick to procedures and law and all those things and say like, okay, like that is the way to go. Or you can choose the Eastern philosophy, saying like, okay, anything goes and all those things. So I don't say this type of philosophy to programming or even to life is right or wrong. It all depends on you, right? So let me explain what is super in classes. Okay, so uh, oh what did I mess up the coding? Yeah, no, I don't think so. Class super or RB, it just prints area as 49. Of course, once again, the output is not very much useful unless you read the code. Okay, so that's the thing. So you just have this square dot new, and then I'm just setting dimension over here. So what happens over here is in this set dimension, and of course, this goes in as silent, and I just put like super silent comma silent. So of course, square is a special case of rectangle. Okay, so over here I'm just happy because I've written a simple program over here, right? So that's the thing. I'm very happy. In my previous program also inheritance I should have done like that, but yeah, I just complicated it. But yeah, I'm sorry for complicating, right? So that's the thing, right? Maybe in future versions of my book I might reduce that code because I'm writing a program. I'm writing a book for beginners. Okay, so that's the thing, right? So you just have the 7 and the side length gets set in. Okay, over here length and breadth goes inside. So over here of course length and breadth, and it just goes inside over here, and this instance variable length and instance variable breadth gets set to this length and breadth. Okay, so now if I just call, okay, so what is the meaning of super means if I call set dimension and if I call super in that, it'll see what is the parent class over here, right? So from which class the square has inherited. So it has inherited from rectangle. Okay, so now what to do? So since super is called, I should look for a function called set dimension. Okay, it goes over here, right? And then of course side length and side length gets set to length and breadth. Okay, now if I just call square area, so both length and breadth will be the same, so it will become 49. Okay, so that's how this code works. Okay, so yeah. So okay, I think I'm going fast or something. I'm not sure, but yeah, like you people just comment. Like if at all you want some extras, just comment. I don't mind doing some extras and all those things. Right. So this is a big program. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so that's the thing. I think it's better to. I would have. It's better I had broken into few more programs. But yeah, by putting videos, like yeah, I'm just augmenting the reader's intelligence. Okay, so even if you don't get it via text, possibly you can get it from video. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so I think what are all commented out won't work. So possibly you can uncomment and just do it and all those stuff. Okay, so but yeah, public, private, protected, and inheritance. Okay, fine, fine, fine. Okay, right. Let me just save it. Okay. So let me just run it. Public, private, protected, and inheritance. Okay. Okay, so you just have class A. A is nothing but A dot new, right? Okay, so this instance of A gets created. Okay, so now you call this A dot public method. So this one gets called. So class A dot public method. Okay, so class A public method gets printed over here, right? And then, okay, of course, private and protected method won't work. I just think, okay, yeah. So let me uncomment and do it. Okay, so now we have an instance of class B. Okay, so yeah. So we have an instance of class B. Okay, right? And then we just call get class A protected method. Okay, so this is actually called as implicit call. Okay, get class A protected method is I'm just calling protected method over here, but there is no protected method. But B inherits from A. So what to say? Like so over here, this protected method gets called over here. right? So it is almost as equivalent as B having this protected method in itself. So if you just put like this is, of course, I forgot to tell the basics. So inheritance means, yeah, if class B inherits from class A, you need to put like this less sign. So something is going from A to B. So this sign, right? So like that. Okay. So I forgot to tell this very, very basic thing right at the first, but yeah, I'm just sorry, right? Okay. So that's the thing. So this one calls A is protected method. So it will just print class A protected method, class A protected method, and B dot class A private method. So B can also access the private method of class A. So even if you inherit, you can do that. Okay. Okay. So class A private method. So if I just scroll up, okay. So over here, right? Okay. So that's how it is. Okay. So that's the thing. And now let's come to the C stuff. Okay. So in C, okay, we are doing something like we are using self to call it, okay, protected and private method, okay, so and it still puts like, okay, class A private method and class A protected method. But look, in over here we are just calling it as though it is like class method, okay, so like using the self. So this is called explicit call, okay, so that's the thing. In professional programming, I haven't used all these stuff, okay, but the thing is, yeah, you need to know. Over here, you're just calling it like a class rather than a instance of a class. Okay, so the C class itself is calling protected method. Okay, so that's the thing, right? Since what to say, this C class inherits from A, it's almost as equivalent as writing protected method right here in C itself. Okay, so that one gets called, and A is also gets called. So we can also call like that. Okay, so that's the thing, right? So this is about what to say, public, private, protected methods in inheritance. Okay, so that's the thing, right? And uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And there is another. But yeah, let me just uncomment this. Okay, so let me just uncomment this. Okay, A dot protected method. Yeah, that will fail, right? That should fail. Yeah, that fail. And similarly, A dot. I am put A dot protected method twice. Okay, even A dot private method should fail. Okay. 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 Did I? Okay. Right. Okay. This private methods is nothing like. Okay, I will tell you later. Maybe. Right. Okay. So. Okay. So yeah. Uh, oh. Okay. 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 Yeah. Me THOD. So I didn't copy this program fully. So I made a huge blunder over here. I'm really sorry about that. So, okay, like last thing what I'm just doing is, okay, I'm just putting it like, okay, like, oh God, I'm really, I need to apologize. Okay, so like, okay, so over here I'm just putting like, okay, C dot get class private method. Okay, so this one should fail, I think, because I commented it out. Okay, so no, it does work. Okay, yeah, sorry, yeah, I just got confused. Okay, fine. Right. Okay. So, okay. So, of course, yeah. So, since it was commented, okay, I just thought, okay, I made a mistake. Okay. So, now after this, what program? Okay. So, this is a code like, okay, I was just reading this code. I'm just sorry. So, yeah, all these programs, will they be really useful in professional programming? I don't know. Like, look, in professional programming, like, you do a lot of stuff you don't sorry. You when you read a programming language, you read a lot. Okay, you read a lot of properties, but in professional coding, you don't use a lot of them. Okay, so as I said, like it becomes like from Eastern philosophy, like anything is possible, anything can be changed. There are things like monkey patching and meta programming and all those stuff. But in professional programming, you just don't do it because you're afraid that okay, the people who follow you may not understand. Sorry, who come after you to code may not understand and all those stuff. It is a sad thing. Okay, but yeah, like that's the thing. Okay, so that's why like I'm just looking. Okay, God, what I wrote and how did I know all these stuff? Okay, so of course, while reading something is different, while doing professional work is different. Okay, so I think a professional is somebody who doesn't know a lot, right? Compared to a junior or something intern or something like that. Okay, so I'm just writing a private attribute over here. So I can't say, okay, you can say it is attribute or something like that. Okay, look, it's not like, okay, methods are also attributes in Ruby, but yeah, but I think I've just confused this program. So if you don't understand, forget it. Okay, so what I'm just doing is like I'm just having a child class that inherits from parent. Okay, so and I'm just calling this child dot new. That's the instance of child. And I'm just creating instance of child, and I'm just calling set some value. So it just comes over here, and it calls self dot private method. I know a secret. Okay, so actually this is a private method in parent class. Okay, so and so similarly over here, like it just goes over here. So this I know a secret actually goes over here, right? And I'm just putting it like put us somewhere. So that's the thing. Uh, So actually, in Ruby, like you can have a rule. Uh, if you have like a attribute reader or attribute writer or something like that, or a attribute writer, ATTR, WRITER in Ruby. Okay, so that actually like writes implicitly writes a method like this for you. Okay, and it just sets some value. Okay, so that's the thing. So that's why I've just put it like attribute. Okay, so but yeah, you can what to say uh, pass a value to a private method, do whatever you want. Okay, so that's the thing. So of course in professional coding, yeah, like these type of constructs I've almost never come across. Okay, so that's the thing. So yeah, uh, that's the thing. And apart from that, I have some what to say thing like okay like I feel like I'm missing something. Okay, so I will possibly in the next video I will try to look at what is the difference between a private and protected method really. Okay, so and let me just tell it to you people. Okay, because I feel like okay this program like I didn't read my book properly. Okay, so this tells something, but I haven't told it to you properly. But yeah, if there is some mistake, yeah, I will correct it in next video. Okay, so that's it. Why do we need private and protected? Two different stuff. Okay, so that kind of uh, bothers me. In Java, there is a very clear way to do it. So, a inherited class can do something with protected and uh, so that's the thing. But over here, I'm just kind of getting confused. But yeah, let me end this video over here. Possibly if there is something which I've missed, I'll tell it in next video.